on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit, but it's all love, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is Vected. Balance in the convo, energy collected. Every episode strong, every topic perfect. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, no filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip-hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. When you're imperfection, now the combo in effect.
Yeah. Turn the mic up. When you're perfection. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip-hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. When you're imperfection, now the combo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legends, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rap beef, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we decode the fine lines. What's viral, what's worth your time? We bring perspective to the noise online. No sugarcoat takes, no politically pressed. If it's weighing on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit, but it's all love, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is Vected. Balance in the convo, energy collected. Every episode strong, every topic perfect. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, no filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip-hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. When you're imperfection, now the combo in effect.
Yeah. Turn the mic up. When you're perfection. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip-hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. When you're imperfection, now the combo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legends, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rap beef, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we decode the fine lines. What's viral, what's worth your time? We bring perspective to the noise online. No sugarcoat takes, no politically pressed. If it's weighing on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit, but it's all love, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is Vected. Balance in the convo, energy collected. Every episode strong, every topic perfect. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, no filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip-hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. When you're imperfection, now the combo in effect.
Yeah. Turn the mic up. When you're perfection. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. When you're imperfection, now the combo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legend, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rap beef, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we decode the fine lines. What's viral, what's worth your time? We bring perspective to the noise online. No sugarcoat takes, no politically pressed. If it's weighing on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit. But it's all love, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is vected. Balance in the convo, energy collected. Every episode strong, every topic effective. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, no filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. When you're imperfection, now the combo in effect.
What's the word, y'all? It's your girl, She's Perfection. And I'm here with my main man, Mayan. Mayan, what's good?
Hey, what's going on?
What's
We
going
back up in
on?
this thing like we never left.
Because we don't never leave. It seems like we're here every single week.
For sure, because we are.
Yeah.
What
we-
episode this is?
This got to be episode 35, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Maybe 36, maybe 37. But we've been in this so long, I've lost count. I remember in the beginning of this thing, I took pride in keeping up with at what episode, but we've come so far that that don't even really seem, on the top of the list these days. So, we in there though.
We in there.
We in it. They say we in the top 1%.
Hey, yeah. Consistency.
That's all it
Consistency,
takes. Every
everything.
week, we not holding back. We bringing all the good stuff, good energy, good vibes, regardless of how the week go prior to, we still showing up.
Yeah, and I know you always ask me how the week was. I'm going to jump the gun, and I'm going to go around in the head and tell you how my week was.
Come on with
I
it.
wasn't doing too good, y'all. I had my stomach.
Oh, man.
It was like a marching band.
TMI. That might be a little TMI. Hold on now. We don't need to know
Oh,
that.
man, I thought I wasn't going to make it. Oh, my
It
goodness.
be like that.
But I'm straight now. I'm getting there. But I wasn't all the way 100. But, I'm here.
For sure. Yeah,
How was your
I had a crazy weekend. Partied a lot, drank a lot, did a lot of stuff.
You partied a lot?
Yeah. I went out to some clubs and had some drinks, some girl time, family time, all of that. But one thing I do want to say is, what is going on with the club scene these days? That shit is so weak. It's so weak.
I've been trying to tell y'all, and I've been trying to tell you. That's why I don't be up in the club, because it's the same thing. Look, when you get to a certain age, right?
Yeah.
I know you younger, so you know what I'm saying. I'm not, for me, the same thing that was in the club in 2023, 2024,
real.
it's just the same thing that you find in 2026. Different music and it's in rotation just like that. You're not going to get nothing new.
No, it's worse now. And quite frankly, I just went out with the girls and, we just wanted to step out. We looked cute, so I was in there falling asleep. I
Right.
said, oh, no, I got to go. And then even just looking at the crowd in the club these days, They are just not up to par. The boys is wearing bedazzled sprinkles and diamond little shimmery things all over their clothes.
And that be fake.
They don't be having no haircuts. All of them got on the Amazon chains. Everybody got on the Amazon chains. And, you know, ain't nobody dancing, ain't nobody partying. And it just, you know, it ain't what it used to be. And it was very tiring. I was exhausted.
You was exhausted. I understand. I remember I got to that point one time years ago. I think I must have been like 39.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the club. I was in the corner like that.
Yeah, that's how it was.
And it was hella loud in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell I'm doing? I pay all that money to come up here and sit. I need to get my ass home.
And
that's how you know. That it sounds to me like you have outgrown that.
Yeah, I've been outgrown it because I really don't party, but this was just a weekend of celebration and just being with my girls and stuff. So I've been outgrown it. But, you know, being there just to enjoy my people, that ain't even what I want to do. I feel like we need to just be in the house, hanging out in the house, kicking it in the house, playing games in the house, invite some people over to the house. I think that's more my speed these days because even in the club, you know, dudes ain't buying drinks. And if you look at the options of dudes that's in the clubs, they don't look like much at all. You know, you got strangers that may want to fight you, may want to, you know, it's just a lot going on. And not to... Don't even get on the prices of shit. You know, to me, being a businesswoman, just a $500, $1,000 bottle is absurd to me. A $1,000 bottle that the Don Julio, which is what everybody drink, Don Julio costs about $40, $60 at the store. For them to be charging $500 for it, that's just crazy to me. It ain't never been that serious.
It ain't never been that serious. And for me, I'm trying to put my money elsewhere. You know, just for me, when you get to a certain age, and fellas, I'm sure, look, man, I was saying, I'm 46, I'm gonna be 47.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be wise about your money, how you spend your money.
Yeah.
And I know right now you have to watch people. If you are 25, 27, 37, watch people my age, 10 years, you know, older than you, what they doing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, not me necessarily. Find somebody that's in the position that you want to be when you get to that age.
Right.
I'm 46 right now.
Mm-hmm.
The people that I watch is people that are like 56, 55
Mm-hmm.
to see how they spending their money, where they at, because I'm thinking about the future. I'm not really trying to shine right now. Anything that I ain't did when I was younger, when I was, you know, a teenager in my 20s, I ain't trying to make up for that because when I was 25, I was acting like a 25-year-old.
For sure.
Now I act my age, you know what I'm saying? And you got to think about that. So you're right, because it just mean that because a younger girl, like a younger woman, like she 25, she 22, she gonna find that amusing because it's like she growing up.
New.
But you know you have a grown that, so it's time to do something else. It don't necessarily got to be just in the house. You could, you know, there's a multitude of things you can do out there.
Shows, art galleries, look
like Broadway. I was trying to say Broadway.
Yeah, Broadway. Yeah, I'm trying to expand my horizons. That's definitely
right.
You know what I'm going to be working on for the rest of this year. Just being in better spaces around, you know, better environments.
Yeah.
You know, better mindset. You know, to me, it's a mindset thing, and
it is.
I'm big on
mindsets.
Thing. So
it's a mindset thing, and
so
it don't cost a lot of money to do some of these things, but it's just quality versus versus doing some of these things. Because some of these things, when you get to a certain age, man, they be tacky.
Yes.
You dig what I'm saying? So I feel you on that. I
Turn the boss up and get it together. Wheel it back in. You know, wheel it back in. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, for sure. No, but we can go ahead and just try to touch on some of these topics. You know, I know the people waiting on the topics, and I got a lot to say about a lot of this shit.
Right.
First things first. Let's just say a lot of these young black girls have been getting killed left and right. The Ashley Janae thing is the newest girl who just was found dead in Africa, and allegedly, you know, it was a suicide. However, everybody is definitely saying that it may be her fiance. You know, we have her. and that's a sad situation because this is the third girl that happened to. There was another girl. She was found shot in the head. The other girl that was killed, I forgot how she died, but it was just all back to back. Right. And in this girl Ashley case, she was just got engaged to her fiance, and obviously he's a white male. And they have tweets of her bashing a lot of black men. So she was saying stuff like, you know, there's nothing like a man who lets you rest in your feminine energy. Okay. Every black man wake up and find new ways to embarrass us. You know, that's sort of kind of true. I don't know why people took offense to that, but you know, I agree with that a little bit too.
She said every day black men wake up trying to find new ways
to embarrass women, and you know, she ain't saying nothing wrong. You know, partially true. However, you know, a lot of people are saying that, oh well, too bad she dead. You know, we ain't supporting her death and this and that and that. Let me just say this: it's never cool for nobody to celebrate nobody dying or being murdered or in any kind of way, regardless of what they do, you know, unless you're doing something just completely foul. But everybody is, you know, have a right to their own opinion and what they say. But the situation with her is that she went to Africa, to Zanzibar, and went out there for her birthday. Her and her fiance, they got into an altercation. They separated them. The hotel separated them in rooms, and they found her hanging from the door, saying that it was suicide. But, of course, public opinion thinks that there was some foul play. Now, this is out of the country. We don't know how their investigation is, but if this was in the States, they would have been able to find some hardcore evidence to be able to say if it was foul play or not.
Yeah, that's a tricky situation, and there's a lot of nuances and things that go into it. First of all, I mean, the public outrage as far as that relationship go, you know, interracial relationship, and we all know how it is. The state of what we speak about every week here about, you know, the situation between black men and black women. So of course there is that antagonism, and there is that situation to where we speak about, oh, black men should do this, you know, black women should do this. So of course there's gonna be some smoke there. But as far as this situation go, I heard that homeboy, he became wealthy off of some investment that he made, and then recently he lost a lot of money, so he seemed like he was edgy anyway, something like that. And then they went out. Who knows what happened between the two of them? Some people even suspect that homeboy could have lured her out there outside of the States. You know what I'm saying? Because he probably knew he could get away with it out there based on the investigations or whatever. You know what I'm saying? No. But at the end of the day, y'all better be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all busy trying to run away from black men. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But
out the fire into the frying pan or whatever that expression is. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like it's one of those because it's been happening more frequently.
You know what's crazy is if you're going to say, you know, they running away from black men, then what about the other women? One woman got shot in the head by a black man. You know, the other lady that died, he shot the woman in the face 11 times or something, like some crazy number, because she was pregnant. That was a black on black crime, as well as the girl prior to. You know, the girl prior to, she was killed by a black man too. So I don't think that it's a white man thing, you know. And I mean, oftentimes, you know, you do see a lot of couples where white women kill the black man, and you do see things like that too.
Right.
But I think it's just more so of you know, just looking out for the signs, because that could have been a black man too. You know, if he wanted to kill her, he was gonna kill her. You know, same thing like the other black girls that died. You know, they weren't even with white men. So it's just more so of, you know, getting to know the person that you with, and obviously that takes time. It takes time to get to know somebody, and even when you feel like you know that person, you still don't know that person. You know, you could be with a person for a lifetime and you still don't truly know them. So that's where it comes in, just having that discernment, you know, getting closer to God, you know, having that covering over you, that protection over you, and just being smart about your partner, the person you choose. Just be smart about who you choose to give your life to. And then sometimes when people argue and fight, things come over them. People get so emotional that they do things.
Black out.
They black out. They black out.
That's
And
crazy.
Some people have things going on the inside that they that they carry out on the wrong people. So.
But and what people have to understand is we live in a society today to where is if you are a black woman and you are involved in a relationship or you marry another race, that's going to be on the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Same as if you are a black man and you marry or you get involved with the other race, it's always going to be on the spotlight, whatever come with it. It's always going to be under my microscope because this is the climate that we're in. So I'm not surprised that, or neither am I shocked that, that's like front page news as far as that go, the murder and everything. Well, I don't know if it's even a homicide or if it's a suicide or whatever, maybe, I don't know, at the end of the day, maybe she committed suicide, but the evidence is pointing like it was some foul play or something like that. But like what you're saying is that's what's gonna happen. If you could try your best to avoid it and just try and the signs is always there, but sometimes like I don't have too much to say in that situation because I don't have the facts. But I don't know because sometimes what we tend to see is a lot of young black women, they go based on the comments. I did see a chain of comments when she commented like that. There was a lot of people, a lot of black women saying, oh yeah, that's the kind of man you want to be with because, you sometimes gravitate towards a guy like that who does everything for you, takes you out on trips and buy you diamonds and,
those
do all
be
of
the
it.
most controlling ones.
Right.
Those be the one who have self-hate within themselves.
Right.
They have a lot of inner issues within themselves, that they carry out on the wrong people, and hey, who knows, they be rageful. They be rageful and very controlling. So
and my thing is like what I always say here on this podcast all the time is like sometimes you got to use logic. It's like you can't if you want one thing, if you want to be treated like a princess and you want to be taken out on trips and you want diamonds or whatever, just know that it also come with that's good, but it also come with a lot of that. You could easily get taken out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It come with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can have a good you can have a brother that he work a 9 to 5. You got a house and maybe the life is kind of boring, but maybe you could get off. Sometimes you can't. It just really depends. So you have to weigh it out. Because my thing is, I'm not so much for the morality of it all. It's just like everybody got a choice that they make, but it's like whatever you pick, there's something that come with that, and is you prepared. Kind of like the same thing when people talk about if you decide to be on the streets and now you telling. I don't mean to get back to the Gucci Mane and Shiesty or whatever, but it's like if you chose one way of life and this is where you belong, you're not a civilian, you have to all the way go with that.
Right,
you can't
absolutely.
switch sides.
Yeah, I just feel like, it's that thing where you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So, it's nothing wrong with you wanting these lavish things or whatever. It's nothing wrong with that. But, just know that there are other things that comes with that, and it's okay. By all means, if that's what they choose, then that's what they choose, But you do got to know that there's a cause and effect of everything you do, So, if you making sour decisions or if you have sour intentions going into something, then you're only gonna get that sourness back. So I definitely feel like her in her situation, she probably could have been looking for love or whatever, but what makes it sketchy to me is that they saying she hung herself and it was her birthday. So it's like, who goes out the country to have this lavish beautiful time just to kill themselves on their birthday? So her parents and her family is not buying it, and just to throw it out there, I ain't killing myself. Okay, just throw it out there so you know I don't care where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I'm with. I ain't hanging myself. I ain't killing myself. I ain't committing no suicide. So keep investigating until y'all get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, it do sound suspicious because she's not gonna go out. It sounds like Homeboy had a plan. Like, some probably happened before they planned this trip, and he kind of like really knew. Okay, so I'm gonna lure her. We gonna go out the country, and then he sound like it's very orchestrated.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
And you do have sick people like that. It is.
Of
You do have
course.
sick people who will meet you, woo you, get you to fall in love, and build this whole life with you, just to plot on killing you.
Yeah,
Literally.
they call
So,
psychopaths and
Yeah,
serial killers.
literally.
all
And
that.
you don't. And the thing is, you won't really know until it's too late. So you just got to be safe out there. Use your discernment. When you going into these things, go in with good intentions. And stay on the safe side. Stay on the safe side of the field.
What's that saying? The influencer's death is related to a fight the newly engaged couple had at the hotel that was so severe. Hotel staff moved McCann to a separate room for their safety. The police statement said McCann has said that he returned with security guards to check up on the influencer, also known as Ashley Robinson, and found her hanging from the door. Her family said.
So the people at the hotel, the people you can look at a crime scene and see if this was something that she was capable of doing to herself. You can
Right.
look at that crime scene. If they had that bad of a fight prior to, then he definitely needs to be questioned and he definitely needs to be investigated. And maybe, the American authorities can get involved if the African people don't really know how to do the job right.
We know how it go. Say you come over here to America and this thing happened in Africa, and you come to America and the dude, he do have the complexion for the protection out here too. So
Yeah, I mean, he probably got
just
the
saying.
money too, as far as we know.
I'm just saying, we could, and we just know, and we
I
gonna
mean, I
leave
guess-
it there.
I mean, the truth shall reveal itself. The truth will come out and we'll all see, So
Right.
rest in peace to her. And y'all be safe out there, Be safe out there. Try to get to know who your lover is.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, so the next topic that I want to talk about.
Yeah, these topics is going crazy. We got some good stuff for y'all today.
What's in the comment section?
let's see.
Do we
Let's
got
see
people in the
what's going
comment
on.
section?
Hey y'all, hey Pri, what's
Hey,
going
what
on,
up, Pri?
girlfriend? I wonder what made him go check on her with a bodyguard exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we can all put our minds together and figure out what happened. There has to be some foul play in the mix of some sort. Who knows what the conversation sounded like between them and the behaviors, action that took place.
Right.
Despite it all, a thorough investigation is needed. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Narcissistic behavior.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah, like you have to pay attention to that narcissistic behavior shit. I don't play that at all. Okay, so speaking of narcissistic behaviors and violent relationships and people having moments of crashing out, okay, we got this next topic where we see this man just completely crashes out and his emotion just took control over him the way he don't even know what the hell he doing. This could have ended so bad for him.
This the car that you give my ex to go drive, right? This the car? And I had this plate, gang. I had this plate, gang. Fuck this shit. Never mention ever, gang. I shot niggas for life. Yo, what pop out? What's up? Don't too, nigga.
Oh, you know to lock your doors, right?
Yo, what pop out? Pop out. We gonna hit this nigga shit. We a brick. Say my name, nigga. Say my name. Say my name. Stop on his name. Say my name. Say my name. Stop on his name, nigga. Say my name, nigga.
House got the mail and shit. Check
Oh,
the mail
Fidelity.
and shit.
He investing. Oh, Fidelity. Come get your mail, gang. Come get your mail. Yo, come out your crib. Yo, come out your crib. Yo, Wafi. Yo, Wafi. Yo, Pussy. Yo, what's the vibe? Yo, what's the vibe? Yo, what's the vibe? Shit, right? Yo, stop fucking in your house,
Those
bro.
crash
You
out
in your house,
moments,
bro.
you know.
Nah, not everybody. I
You never
never
did
had
nothing
I
crazy?
never had none.
Even in your younger years, you never crashed out.
I ain't never did that.
I mean,
I
not
ain't-
that specifically, but something that where emotion got the best of you.
Yeah, I probably shut myself in the room,
Okay.
dealt with it, but I ain't never did nothing like that. See if something was to happen to him and he,
Right,
he get
exactly.
shot, he deserve it.
Yeah, because you just
You did what
crashing
I'm
out.
saying? You gotta be able to control your emotions.
But everybody
man.
have not mastered that, and that's not an easy thing to master. You know, first you have to realize that this is your emotions taking over. First things first. A lot of people, when you in that heat of that moment, you don't know. You know, like everything is like all bets are off. You know, you're not thinking about the consequences until something happens to where now it's like now you got to start waking the hell up and realizing that your emotions is gonna lead you to your death. Your emotions is gonna lead you to jail or lead you in a bad situation.
And that's what
So a lot of
happens.
people, it's not easy to just control your emotions. Now, what I was gonna ask you, Mayan, if you haven't never crashed out on nobody, what was some of the craziest shit a girl ever done to you?
Oh man.
Give us the stories. Come on now, we want to get deep and we want to get personal.
I didn't had a girl show up to my house when I was younger. Show up to my house like every day for a
What?
month.
Okay.
Every day for a month. And I used to live with my grandma and she showing up knocking on the gate crazy, woo, 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 woo. And I'm like, man.
Well, that was the craziest thing.
That was one of the crazy, and she'll just show up wherever I be at. Like
She wasn't breaking nothing, screaming, scratching, throwing stuff.
she ain't break nothing. I did have some few crazy moments where people try to get like violent and like
Right,
yo,
those the real crash outs. That's what we want to hear about.
Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? Like like I'm sleep. You know what I'm saying? I had a situation to where like I'm sleep. And then I get woken up to like some water, you know, she throw some water in my face. I'm like, yo, what's up? It's like your phone rang, you know, and it was girl name. And what happened? Remember back in the day, I used to have a Motorola, like the Razor phone, you know, the flip phone.
Yeah.
And she just went like this,
She cracked it.
cracked my phone. Well, yeah, what's up with that? Or a female call, and he was just my coworker. And then he went straight from that, like, yo, that's crazy what you doing. He went straight to apologizing, like, yo, I can get you a new one, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, I ain't having it. I'm going. And as soon as she figured out, like, I was going for real, she went and she smashed my windshield.
Damn, that's a
Like
crazy.
that.
That's a crash out. You was
You
trying to keep
like
that from
this-
us. You was trying to keep that from
Hey,
us.
man, I was like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? But those is people that you got to stay away from.
Yeah.
And for me, fellas, you have to be able to control your emotion. The whole time, I'm thinking, okay, what's the best way to get a car? Not worth it. A house, property can be replaced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't knock yourself off your square, and you're gonna end up behind bars over like trying to match the energy. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah. It's how you got to be grown about that.
Yeah.
Because it can happen, you know, because you can't control how some people feel. You know, they ready to crash out on some shit.
Yeah, see, one of the most green flaggest things you can look for in a person is, you know, them able to control their emotions, you know.
Right.
Just seeing somebody control emotions and paying attention to the signs in the beginning. You know, if a motherfucker sending you all of this long message cussing you out, then obviously that's a person who, you know, have issues with controlling their emotions. And
I stay away from people like that. You know, the signs is always there.
yeah, for sure.
And you know what they say though? And I feel like a lot of dudes out there be crashing out like that because when you look into that dude's life, he probably never really been around men. He probably was raised around women.
Right. Could be. Yeah, a lot of them.
Probably be raised around women because dudes, they learn, it's learned behavior from being around females. You know, females be acting like that. They be on the phone gossiping all the time. Woo, woo, woo. You know what she did? Whoop to woo. They be emotional. They be animated and all of that. So sometimes when dudes see that and that's all they see, they are in that. They don't really know how to act. When they grow up exhibiting the same qualities that they was around. They don't even know where it come from because that's female behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to get it together and be like, you know what, all right, cool. And you calling somebody out, and that's the easiest way to get. How you gonna have men like that lead? If Shorty left you,
for
that's
sure.
a clear sign. She was somebody else. So what's that gonna do? You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, in my case, like, I don't really come across men who are emotionally unstable like that.
Right.
Like, for whatever reason, I've had one in my life, and I've never, ever, ever came across nobody who was just crazy like that.
Like that? Was he just like that?
Exactly. Like no. Like, my last few guys that I've dealt with have been just the calmest, chillest niggas ever. Even if I did try to provoke them or piss them off, they literally just walk away.
Whoa, let me cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off. You say something that's pivotal right there. You said the last dude you done dealt with, they so calm even when you try and provoke him. So do you think that what I want to pick up on? Do you think, because sometimes I feel like sometimes women get so used to behavior like that, and when you dealing with a dude that you chill, you start thinking something wrong with him, or maybe he don't love you, and like, do you feel like that?
No, I don't feel like that particularly, because I've dealt with a lot of guys who wasn't like that. You know, I only dealt with one crazy guy that was like that, and I wasn't having it. You know, like that shit was like, hell no. There was no way I was going to continue to deal with niggas who are emotionally unstable like that, because that shit can become dangerous. I'm telling you, it can become dangerous. Yeah, it's cute and it's toxic and it's fun and he loved me, but that shit can be very, very dangerous. People can black out, snap at any given moment. And when I was dealing with the one guy that I was dealing with many years ago, I was like 19, and the craziest shit he tried to do to me was blow my car up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Literally put a stocking in the gas thing and lit it on fire, and he wanted to blow my whole fucking car up. Like, I guess because he bought the car, so he wanted to like blow it up. He found me, you know, he went to every family member spot I could have possibly been at, found my car, and tried to blow it up. At this moment, I was walking outside on the phone, and I walked to my car, and I just see the side of the gas tank glowing on fire. I could see fire is in the damn gas tank. So I run back in the house, and I'm panicking, and I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta tell the neighbors. We gotta get. I just like freaked the fuck out, because in my mind, all I know is this car is finna cause a really huge explosion. Right. And I'm just like, how can we save ourselves, let alone all the neighbors on this block who is innocent? You know, so that was the craziest shit I had ever experienced as far as a male. And this was when I was 19. This was over 20 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, I have never ran into nothing, no other guy like that again.
That's crazy.
It was a crazy situation. Thank God I'm not even put in those type of situations to have to deal with that type of shit, because I know how I am. I know how my mouth is, and I know how, you know, aggressive I can be, especially when somebody, you know, being disrespectful or anything like that. So I'm glad I have not, you know, ran across any guys like that. And if I do, hopefully when I see those signs in the beginning, I walk away, because I ain't got time for that. Because then I got to get my people involved, my brothers, my daddies, and then it's going to turn into a full-on blown war.
Yeah, that you have to avoid that, man. I grew up. I was fortunate enough to grow up around older dudes, and they said any sign of that, it's not even worth it. I sense that. You know, that's the kind of attitude you're bringing. It could be a conversation. It could be like when we just having like a regular conversation, and then you start being verbally aggressive, and I could tell by the signs that you real disrespectful. You know, I'm just gonna separate myself from it. You know, because it's not worth it. You can take that to the next dude who could deal with that. You know, because it's not worth it. You can't build nothing. You know what I'm saying? And how it starts, and the issue with a lot of dudes, a lot of younger dudes, they be dealing with women like that, and they try and think, oh, they could change them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women get away with behavior like that. Guys too, you know, because I'm not going to excuse the guys, because they use terms like, oh, it's gaslighting. Somebody they have these terms that they have. Oh, people use words like narcissism. He a narcissist. She a narcissist.
No, but that's real though.
It's real. But all I'm saying is, you have to understand that the easiest way is, if you're dealing with a narcissist or somebody gaslighting you or whatever, separate yourself from the situation. If you're dealing with a dude that just like that, separate yourself from that situation.
In my case, I couldn't separate myself from this person, because this person took care of me, you know? So it was like, that was where I lived. That was my shoe money, hair money, everything.
And sometimes people do that.
And that's why I say,
will try and put you in an environment to where they could be like, oh, let's move away from your hometown.
Literally.
You know, I love you, so I'm gonna move you back here. Whole time they plotting.
Yeah.
And then their behavior start. You know what I'm saying?
It was a narcissist. He knew that he can do something like that, because one, him blowing up a car that I bought myself, Now, come on now. You know, like, I mean, I think you got enough sense not to do no shit like that, because then you're going to have to replace this car if we get back together. But the fact that he bought me the car, he felt like he can damage the car because he bought it, and, you know, and he can decide whether or not if he want to get me another one. You know, at this point, I wasn't, you know, working or had no money or was able to take care of myself. So, heck yeah, he took advantage of the fact that I depended on him, and he felt like he can do shit like that. So
Yeah. Nah.
but that was a long time ago. Let me tell you, please believe me. That was a long time ago. I'm a grown ass woman now, so I don't play none of that shit.
We have all dealt with people like that. We have all dealt with people like that. But you got to recognize the signs. And soon as you know somebody like that, you know, get away from them. And what I will say is I always have like a friend and family member. I always keep, you know, some people on your side, let them know what's going down. Because a lot of us, sometimes we fall in love with somebody and we block everybody from knowing what we doing. Because this person going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I love you. I don't want nobody in my business. And you're like, nah, I don't want you to know what's going on with my man. And then when you go see your people, you smiling, you got an eye jammy or you got something wrong with you. They looking at you, but you don't never let them in. So they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Till your ass come up missing.
Fucked up situation, man. Nah. Right. All that toxic love stuff, that ain't cool. You know, it get played out. The older you get, you start to realize, I just want peace, love, and happiness, okay?
Right.
If you ain't coming to help build none of that with me, move on. You know,
and we want to break the cycle. I want my sons, you know, being involved in something like that. You know, I want my daughters being involved. You know, my daughter being involved in something like that. So you have to do the best that you can to kind of not be a part of that and kind of step back and be like, you know what, I'm cool. My peace is worth more than anything than going to this thing they call matching somebody's energy.
Yeah, no,
you know, that's another term that I don't like. Gaslighting one of them and match. Oh, I'm a matched out energy. And I ain't trying to match nothing. Hey, I'm cool. Oh, that's what you want to do? Nah, I'm cool. You can have that. You can keep that. I'm gonna be way over there.
Yeah, for sure. Crashing out is not cool, you know. Nah, I recently did, and sometimes I do have struggles with crashing out sometimes, but it just depends on the person. You know, if I felt like, you know, I was real close to the person, or, you know, I had got emotionally involved with the person a little bit too much than what I wanted to, then, you know, sometimes we do forget, you know, our morals. And like I said, when you are consumed with all of these emotions and this rage all at once, you do black out and you do make crazy ass decisions that you possibly can regret later on down the line, you know. So we gonna go ahead and dip and dab in these comments, okay? It says that's an ignorant ass boy that allowed rejection or being old girl's ex make him crash out. Emotional intelligence has not sprouted in his life. I agree, you know. And emotional intelligence has not sprouted in older people's life either. You know, that's a hard thing to overcome. Silence is key. It bruises their ego and controls it all when you walk away with grace. Emotional intelligence is key. Yes, y'all. We got to work on our emotional intelligence a little bit more. Have you ever had an emotional man that couldn't control his emotion? Yes. I've dealt with one in my life while I was in college. He couldn't take that I dumped him because of his drinking, poor emotional intelligence boundaries, and mouth. I walked away with grace. But that was what a narcissist does. That's exactly what they do. They work to keep you dependent on them as they've taken you away from family. Yeah. That's what they do. But hey, it is what it is. You know, my advice to anybody out there is just work on your emotional intelligence. And I'm telling this to myself too, because sometimes I need to too. Sometimes when I realize that I'm a little too emotionally involved, take a step back. Take a step back.
And sometimes that happen when y'all are grooving and everything is cool, and you don't mess around and posted his ass on social media talking about this my man.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. I'm against that. I'm keeping that shit off social media. I don't even want none of my relationship stuff being posted on social media.
You don't want that, so you're not gonna post your man on social media. That's gonna take us to the next topic, y'all.
Yeah.
What's the next topic? I can't see nothing over there. Yeah, should you keep your relationship off social media?
I do. I think people should, to avoid the negativity. And usually I'm a person where it's like, shit, I don't care what people say because nothing nobody say bothers me. However, I do think when something is sacred, I'm not gonna publicize something that's very sacred and very dear to me. You know, I know that when you love your partner, no matter how your partner look, that person look good to you. So what everybody else got to say don't even matter. This just recently happened to Jadakiss. After all these years, he kept his wife private. And when he decided to post his wife, people were saying a lot of negative things. Oh, she look old. Oh, she look like his mama. Or you know what I mean? They just had all these opinions thrown at him. But mind you, he been married to her for what, 32 years?
30-some years.
Yeah, and he just now posted her. Now everybody got these negative comments to say. And not even just Jadakiss. They got Tatiana Ali too. Tatiana Ali just posted... She just posted herself with her husband. And this guy was like, I had a crush on her my whole childhood just to grow up and see that I had a chance. Because her husband looked like a regular, degular, schmegular guy. Which, you know, it is what it is. You know, if she love him, she love him. She in love. She happy. If that's her husband, her baby daddy, whatever, then she finds him attractive. So what everybody else have to say don't even matter. You know what I mean? Like people making fun of this woman and her husband and her family and her happiness when if that man is finding her, that's all that matters. That's why I say, me personally, I would keep what's sacred to me out of the public eye. What's sacred to me, I am not going to even put it in a predicament to where anybody could say anything negative about it.
Right. Good. And I believe you. And I rock with you because for me, I have done it before. Yeah. I done had a relationship when I was young. I was like, you know, like I said, growing up around older dudes, they're like, don't do it, man. Social media, man, it ain't. Don't do it. And I lived like that. And then my relationship broke down. And I felt like, you know, doing a lot of things on social media, you know, businesses and stuff. I thought when I get in my next relationship, because I felt like, you know, the person I was with, I felt like she felt like I was trying to hide her.
Right.
But I knew like I could deal with, you know, we do this. We on social media. I could deal with the backlash or anything behind what I say or what I post. But the person that you're with, sometimes they can also, you know, bear the grief that come with that. So I didn't want to do that. But when I got in another relationship, when we locked in, I put that on social media. Oh, and it was all gravy, but he came with a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then when that relationship broke down, it was a whole lot that came with it. You know, people tell me, oh, what happened? Because you involve everybody in it.
Exactly.
So I decided that moving forward, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never gonna show nothing. That's my private life. If it's important to me, if I rock with that person, that what matter. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to put it out there because people always gonna have something to say.
You're gonna always have, especially when it's strangers, right? When it's strangers, you're going to have people who's going to prey on your downfall. You're going to have people who want what you got. You know what I mean? You got all of these people who are not just happy with themselves or dealing with things themselves, and they see you happy for whatever reason. They want what you got, or they don't want you to have what you got.
Right.
So why even put it out there to all of these strangers? These are strangers, whether if it's strangers or people you do know. You know, you just never know whose intentions is to hurt you. So I'm not gonna even give nobody no opportunity to talk shit about something that's dear to me.
Right.
Not even my kids. I don't even post my kids.
No, I feel you on that, but I'm going to flip it a little bit. I do know though, I done came across women that will fuck you before they put you on social media.
They would do what?
They be in a relationship with a dude. They be doing, you know what I'm saying? Like you go out and you in a full blown relationship with them, and you just ask them. Like I've been seeing it on social media, not me personally. The dude be like, "Why don't you post me?" Because he want to be posted, and the female be like, "Nah, I ain't doing that." You know what I'm saying? They can have sex with a dude, do all of that, but she not posting on the stories, nothing. How you feel about that?
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. What's wrong? She don't have to post you. Especially if you her man, I mean, y'all gonna be having sex anyways. But
the dude feel like you have to post. The dude feeling like, oh, you creeping, you gotta post me.
No. If a person takes social media that serious, and you don't take it that serious, then y'all that's a that ain't no good match anyways. You know,
Right.
it ain't that damn serious. Social media don't mean shit. It don't
So
mean
do you-
absolutely nothing.
So let me ask you another question.
These are
Do you
strangers.
Do you
people's
think?
opinions? It's just open up the space for people to give they 2 cent ass opinion that don't even matter. To me, people's opinions of me don't even matter. So I'm not finna if it's something that I care dearest about, I'm not even finna give you an opportunity to give me your 2 cent on none of that shit that's important.
So here's the thing. I feel like, social media has become such a big thing nowadays to where people cheat on social media. They get caught on social media. What they post on social media kind of like to certain people matters. You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah.
people show. And
Social media is only a big thing to those who make it a big thing.
I understand that. So I'm just trying to put some in the pot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to say, let's have a discussion about that, because you'll see a lot of people. Like I saw a post where a woman, she was on a date with her husband or boyfriend, I don't know what it was, and then he said he was gonna go to the restroom, and she was like talking to somebody else, and he just spun the corner, and the whole time he was looking at her doing that, and then they broke up on that. You know what I'm saying? And another woman, she forgot to turn off her location, and the dude found out and stuff like that. So do you think that social media, like you said, has become, I'm not saying to you personally, because I know your sentiments when it comes to that, do you think it has become such a big thing, it's fucking up relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. Because people's minds are, I think social media is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, exactly what it was made to do, to keep people minds wrapped around this shit. You know, to keep people's minds not even using logic, not being logic, or not even living in the real world. Social media is doing exactly what it's designed to do, and that's to keep people in this virtual reality, having this whole virtual discussion, virtual arguments, virtual rules, to where social media is important to some people. You know, some people would be, hey, you ain't post me, hey, you ain't shout me out, none of that, and fall out with people about that. Like, social media has become a lot of people's reality, and literally it's not reality. Social media is fake, but it has become so many people's reality to where it's doing exactly what it was designed to do.
Here's my last question. So do you feel like do you think a relationship can work without nobody on social media? It could be like a couple where both of them don't do social media.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do nothing involved with social media.
Absolutely.
They don't shop on social media.
Yes,
They
I require
don't do,
that. I require that
Yeah.
while dating. You know, I require, thankfully, the dudes that I've dealt with was not social media active, social media savvy, very rarely active on social media. And I love that about the people that come into my life, is that, you know, little things like that. I don't want no social media stuck ass nigga. Like, I don't want no nigga that's stuck in social media that's, yeah, delete this. Yeah, I see you on social media. Nah, I don't even want my nigga to have no social media. But if you do, hopefully he running a business, or hopefully he getting money from it. You know, not somebody that's stuck in that social media reality. You got to understand there's a difference. There's the real world and there's social media reality. And some people are literally stuck in a social media reality, and you won't understand what I'm saying. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, then you are one of the people who's stuck in social media reality. That shit is not real. People are convincing you and tricking you that this is what's real when it's not. A lot of people are living fake lives, are doing fake things, are only posting and showing what they want you to see. So why do we be so stuck in that shit?
I know but it's amazing, because the thing is, it's really like a control mechanism to where, like, social media is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. You go in there, and I'm guilty of it when it comes to like looking at news or searching for topics. I may see something on a tabloid or on a website, and I immediately go to social media to search to see what popular opinion is saying, on social media. It has become a go-to for the information that is unfiltered, to see what other people are saying.
Right.
So sometimes it's
cool for what it's cool for.
It's cool for what it's cool for.
But it's not going to control my life or my thoughts.
I understand. I mean, I'm from the old school, so, I can take it or leave it. But I just be saying, sometimes I see a lot of things that going on. Like, do people know that, it's really controlling people's lives? Like, is
you
that
won't
very
know it's
important to
controlling
it?
your life because you're stuck in it. You
Right.
can't know it's controlling your life because you're stuck in it. But the people who are not stuck in it, and the people who actually live in the real reality, They can see it. They know. But it looks like we got some breaking news. Okay, looks like we got something hot off the press news. It looks like your boy David. That y'all remember the Celeste and David situation? It looks like you remember?
In the trunk?
Yes, he chopped her up in the trunk. They finally arrested him for her murder. Look at that. Breaking news.
So he did it?
Apparently so. They say he has been arrested for the murder of Celeste Rivas.
We took that one to the streets,
We
too.
took that one to the streets. Do you hear me? We took that one because that was a big deal. He was an artist, a singer, and he wrote a song, made a song about her murder, and then killed her. And it took them all this time to lock her up. This had happened so long ago. And they just now arresting him. I am glad they got his ass because you know what? Let me tell you one thing about him. He made a song about killing that damn girl, and the song it was so creepy. And the girl was only 14. The song he made about killing her was so creepy. He performed it, did a whole little skit, little show, and then turned around months later and killed the girl.
That's him with the nails polished?
Yeah, he's a freak. Yeah, he's a freak.
Hey man, look. Yeah. When the feds take that long,
yeah,
it's they haven't forgotten. They try to get all the evidence. So your ass, they're gonna throw his ass under the jail. He gonna get football numbers if you don't get killed. What state that happened in?
Shit, I don't remember. It's been a while. It's just Los Angeles.
They don't got the
and
death penalty
they found him in the trunk of his car. First of all, which I said in the beginning, of course he did it. She was found in his car. How he ended up? What was you when your car got found with his dead body in it? You know, and everybody's like, oh, he was on tour and all this other stuff. Nah, this nigga, he plotted and planned it out. He was a weirdo, and keep his ass and locked up. And I hope they got all the good evidence that they need. Because he was wrong for that. He was wrong for killing that little girl. And justice for Celeste. I'm happy about that. That is some good news there. All the negativity going on in the world, that's some good news, okay? That's some good news you can share. Lock his ass up and throw away the key.
He ain't coming out. If he do come out, he going to be 80 years old.
Nah, keep his ass in there. But just a little spin-off question, okay? This was something we was talking about earlier as far as dating. And now they're calling this new thing monkey branch dating. Okay, monkey branch dating is basically going before you end things in your current relationship, you start a new relationship. So that's like monkey branch dating. And I know a lot of people do that. You know, when they feel like the relationship over here is finna get ready to end, they start a new one instead of just giving themselves time to heal or, you know, gather themselves together. So what type of person are you when it comes to monkey branch dating? Are you going from relationship to relationship nonstop, or are you giving yourself that space to heal and try again?
Now, I'm going to give myself time to heal and try again because I can't really do that because I feel like if I do that, the person that I'm going to be dealing with while I'm trying to lead that, but you know, the situation, they're going to get some of it. They're going to get a fraction of what I'm dealing with. I'm be passing it on to them. So I can't do that even for myself because I'll be feeling like my judgment is already clouded.
Heck yeah.
So I can't really do that. I got to, when I'm dealing with something, I'm not even really trying to be like, I'm not even trying to deal with somebody when I'm dealing with something. I'm I got to deal with it. I can't do that.
Yeah.
The monkey branch thing.
Yeah, I ain't feeling that either. I do feel like, you know, I don't know what it's like with men, but I do feel like with women, you know, it could take one dude to get you over the other dude. You know, that does work in some instances.
I done heard somebody say that. I heard a female say, the best way to get over a man is to get underneath one.
Yeah, that works sometimes. I feel like that listen. And as cringy as this may sound, that does work sometimes, you know, especially when that current relationship is no good. When that current relationship is just dead, it's over with, but you sticking on because it's a trauma bond. and you know this is the only person you've been with, you're not opening yourself up to other people, one thing I can say is meeting somebody who treats you better, meeting somebody who I mean ultimately pick up a lot of slack where your current relationship is. I do think that helps a lot of people move on from what's already in it, but you just can't really walk away from it just yet. Not because it's a love. You can't walk away from it because it's a trauma bond. So I feel like the only reason why that does help is when you're traumatically bonded with a person and can't walk away, it could be beneficial to get under somebody who's better.
I don't know about that. I disagree.
It's worked
man.
with me. I'm just saying because I'm just saying
it worked with you.
It literally worked in the most in the craziest way. But I was trauma bonded to somebody who treated me awful. You know, who didn't want me and leave me the fuck alone and just like treated me awful. But and my mind and my thoughts were still on that person because I was traumatically bonded to that person. However, meeting somebody who treated me good, treated me nice, prioritized me. I wasn't even with him, you know, but I was traumatically still bonded with him. The relationship is over. He had already had somebody else. You know, he was basically pushing me away like, hey, I don't want you, but we would still deal with each other from time to time. It was a traumatic bond, you know. But meeting somebody who gave me that attention, that love, that affection, and that respect. The other one was disrespectful as fuck.
But that's what I'm finna say. It's like I wouldn't want nobody dealing with somebody coming to me and they're in a horrible situation and they're coming over to me because I'm treating them good. I just be feeling like their vision is clouded because they coming from a situation that's like crazy. It's like somebody. Listen, I know this is gonna be a crazy example. It's like somebody coming from a country that they going through war. There's bombs being dropped everywhere. And they go to a country like the United States or another nation to where like there ain't no bombs, but it's just regular. And they be feeling like, oh, this is heaven. Only to find out because they're going to get into that country or that situation. They're going to look at it and they're going to be like, oh, look at all this, you know, fauna and flora. But it's not really what it is. You're basing your perception based on what you're going through. So I'm not really going to want somebody like that because I'm going to be like, nah, I mean, you're looking at me like whatever I'm doing right now, the minimum. It's like if you are in a relationship where somebody beats the brakes off of you and then I open the door for you, you're like, you are so good to me just because I open the door because you're dealing with something that's that horrible. I feel like you just looking at me from a different lens. So I need you to just finish that relationship, get some time to yourself, and then just, you know, get out there with a clean lens, and then we can get it going
and
like
I agree
that.
with that. I agree with that too. I agree with that too. But I also disagree with the fact of like I've taken breaks from dudes. I've gotten out of a situation, took a break from a dude, and then got with another dude. And was just so not used to being with a dude, you know. So it was like I forgot a lot of shit. A lot of things to look for because I had took some years off. So getting with a new dude, I had forgot so many of these red flags and all of these signs that I should have been paying attention to because I took such a long break of dating.
But here's sometimes females that say that. They say I took such a long break of dating. But in between, females be getting it cracking. In between, it may not be a relationship, but in between, they be a little, like I'm gonna get back with this one. It's
everybody
not no relationship.
Everybody can do this. Some people, I mean, men and women can do that. I won't say everybody.
No, I'm just men
saying. And women can do that. You know, I mean, that's if that's what you choose to do. Ain't nothing wrong with that if that's what you choose to do.
Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. Now, I'm just saying, you know, when you say like you didn't. Forgotten the red flags because you know. But
even if somebody was dipping the diamond just to get some dick or just to have sex with somebody, they still not looking for the red flags because their intentions is on just getting sex. It's not a relationship. So why would you be looking for red flags as far as relationship when this is somebody you only want to sleep with?
Right, but what I'm saying is all of that. I'm just saying for the sake of the conversation. I'm just saying being involved, as far as the monkey branch go, and being involved when you. With people, even after you leave, it just kind of muddy the waters to where your vision get clouded. You know what I'm saying? Before you get into a new situation, you gotta go cold turkey on the shit, just like for a little moment. And I'm not trying to say like a year or 2 years.
It just depends
or
on the person.
Exactly.
It depends on the person. Some people do well with dropping one nigga and going to the next.
Right.
And can end up in a relationship, a long, steady, committed relationship like that, you know? But when we say dropping, like I said, you can still be in a relationship with somebody, or you could just be traumatically bonded to them. You know, so if y'all not in a relationship but just traumatically bonded and still just mess around from time to time, it shouldn't be no problem with you moving on with somebody else while y'all still got this little messing around situation thing going on. Y'all not together. Both parties are on the same page of not being together. We ain't together. We just messing around. We know a relationship ain't going to work. We know we don't work well with relationships. We'll mess around from time to time, but I'm going to do my thing. You do your thing. Cool. So now you can go get up under somebody else. And when you get up under somebody else and that person is, you know, checks off a lot of these things that you're looking for, and he's good to you, and you know what I mean, then hell yeah, this person can get you over this person. Now, I ain't got to be traumatically bonded to you. I don't need to mess around with yours no more because this person got it all.
Man, I ain't doing that. I don't want nobody that like you over there. Okay, so now, I was traumatically bonded
you're not doing
to this
that.
person.
It's not that you're not doing that. You don't want nobody to do that to you. Because that's why I feel like you looking at it. I feel like you looking at it like you don't want nobody to do that to you.
Yeah, but I ain't doing that to nobody. I ain't like I said, I'm not gonna be like in a situation with somebody. We talking about the tree branching thing, right? I'm not finna be with somebody and I feel like I'm just with them. It's trauma bonding, as you put it. And
or you just sleeping with them.
And whatever that situation is. And then I just feel like, okay, I found somebody now, so I'm gonna leave you.
So you never done that?
Huh?
So you've never done that? So you never been sleeping around with a girl, met somebody that you actually like, and stopped sleeping around with the girl you sleeping around with?
I've done it before.
Okay.
No, I've done it before. But I've done it before when I'm younger, but I'm saying I wouldn't do it now because of what happened when I did that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like even emotionally in your mind, you know what I'm saying, when you dealing with somebody and you know you're going to feel like, I know even, I'm going to go a step further. I've done it, but I've had that happen to me to where somebody was in a relationship with somebody, but they were just kind of floating. And then when they start dealing with me, they're like, I'm going to let dude go. And I'm subconsciously thinking like, oh, okay. I mean, me and you look great because you've been in this situation that you felt like it was horrible. Mm-hmm. But then as time go on, I'm like, hold on. The same things that you said were going on with homeboy seem to be kind of like, sprouting over her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I start thinking like maybe that was, we could have waited a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that, that's just my opinion. I mean, that I don't want nobody tree branching and all of that. Nah, man, you need to get them off your system.
To each his own, different mechanism works for different people. You just never know depending on the type of person you was. Like I said, I don't typically like to do that. That ain't my thing. However, in some instances, it did work. Meeting somebody else and that person completely getting me over somebody that I had a toxic situation with. So to each his own, y'all. Let us know what y'all think. Give us a call if y'all are in the mood to chat. It looks like we got some stuff going on in the comments. Let's see here. It says people would rather put everything on social media versus having a real conversation about whatever it may be. Absolutely. Yeah. Ooh, and I can't stand people like that. People get on my nerves. Let's see. Relationship years ago were created, poured into, and nurtured before social media. Let's get back to the basic on nurturing what we want in a real way. Absolutely. Everybody don't think like that because so many people are stuck in social media reality.
Right.
But two, you have to be mindful to pray and work hard that your negative behaviors and actions are put on the person treating you well. They don't deserve it. You must heal. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, that's
I
word.
agree. Yes,
another thing I ain't like. I know we're about to end.
Yeah,
for
sure.
When people go on social media and they stay putting subliminal things on there.
Yeah. People are weird.
That's what I be talking about. Somebody say, oh, they triggered. Look, the best thing you can do when I see that, because, people, and they always have a statement to kind of defend what they doing. They be like, oh, if you thought it was about you, then you must be doing this. The best thing you could do dealing with people that, trauma or whatever, bonding or whatever, you just stay in your pocket. Just ignore that and move on. And
I
do
feel
what you
like
gotta
all
do.
the people out here that's doing subliminals, if you ain't got the balls to speak up on what the problem is, then you're weird. You're weirdo. You're freak. You're widow. You're loser. Like, come on now. If you got a problem with a motherfucker, mention that, address that shit in real life, real time, over the
Right.
phone, conversation, FaceTime, face to face. Motherfuckers doing this Instagram. Oh, let me do something so they can get mad, or let me do something to provoke them, or let me do something because they get y'all goof ass out of here. Y'all some goofies.
And if you dealing with that, fellas, or even women, if you dealing with, let me
Goofies.
tell you the quickest way to deal with that. Just ignore it. Don't even respond to it. Do a
Thank
Jay-Z
you.
on there. Just do a Jay-Z on there.
Look, ignore that shit. Keep it moving,
Keep it
and let
moving.
their ass feel
They gonna get tired.
stupid. They gonna feel stupid. Ignore it. Keep it moving. It don't bother you. Didn't matter. And leave their ass looking stupid and let them live in that Instagram shit on their own.
That
Cause
part.
that shit's weird. That shit's weird, y'all. But before we go ahead and wrap it up, y'all, make sure y'all go and shop with your girl. Perfect-ioncollection.com. Go and get some of these candles I got laying around this place. Get your home smelling good and cozy. And then, of course, we got Mayan's Shadow Outline book. Okay. Mayan does have a clothing line called Spell. Stay positive, enjoy life. Y'all can go shop online and get some of that. We appreciate y'all tuning in today. Thank you for everybody that watched us in the comments. Until next time, peace.
We out.
Yeah. Turn the mic back up. When you have perfection. Let's talk about it.
This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip hop culture, new, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Go ahead, confess. Real talk only. We don't deal with the mess. From the street to the net, we connect and dissect. When you're in perfection, not a combo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2. Breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legend, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rapping, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we code fines. What's fire? What's worth your time? We bring respect back to the noise online. No sugar coat takes, no politically pressed. If it's weighing on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit. But it's all love, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is infected. Balancing the combo, energy collected. Every episode strong, every topic perfect. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, no filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip hop culture, new, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the street to the net, we connect and dissect. When you're in perfection, not a combo in effect.